At this point, we're familiar with about 4 classes in Matlab. Numeric arrays with class name double, which are rectangular arrays of real or complex numbers. The double referring to double precision, which means about 16 digits of precision in base 10 arithmetic. Character arrays, char or char, which are rectangular arrays of characters. Logical arrays, which are rectangular arrays of Boolean values, 1 or 0 representing true or false. And finally, function handles, which allow us to store references to functions in variables. Cell arrays with class name cell are the topic of this lecture. These are rectangular arrays of containers, and the containers have contents. The contents of any container may be a double array, a char array, a logical array, a function handle, or even another cell array, or in fact, an object of any other Matlab class. We'll learn about more Matlab classes as this course continues. Since the contents of each individual container in a cell array may be any Matlab object, cell arrays are a convenient way to store a collection of disparate information in one object. There are many ways to create cell arrays and to fill their cells with contents. To begin, let's remember that we think of a cell array as an array of containers, the contents of which are Matlab objects. We can use curly brackets to put an object in a container. Let's see how this works. First, let's create a 1x12 char array, value Jack Jackson, and we'll store that in a variable called name. It's easy to confirm that the class of this is indeed char, and the size of this variable is 1x12. Instead, let's use curly brackets to put this character string in a container. Here, define a variable CNAME using an open curly bracket, then the character string, and then the closed curly bracket. And if we check the class of this, it's no longer a character, but it's now cell. And the size of this is 1x1, not 1x12. It's a single container. That's where the 1x1 comes from. And the size is not telling us about the size of the contents. It's telling us about the size of the container array, which in this case is a single container, and hence 1x1. IsCell returns a Boolean value, true or false, depending on whether the argument is a cell array. In this case, it is a cell array, and we get the Boolean value true. Conversely, if we try that on the variable name, which we know is actually a character array, we get the Boolean value false. Let's try this in Matlab. Let's create name, confirm that the class of name is char, and the size of name is 1x12. Next, let's create CNAME using the curly brackets. That puts the character array in the container, and indeed the class of CNAME should no longer be char, but should be cell, which it is. The size of CNAME should be 1x1. Remember, this is a single container whose contents are the 1x12 character array. IsCell returns true for cell arrays. CNAME is a cell array, it returns true. IsCell, acting on a character array, should return false, since the character array is not a cell array. Next, there's a short quiz to put some other objects inside containers.